Good morning, everybody. This is Toucan Dragon, and welcome back to Digimon Rearise. In this video, we are going to be talking about the new limited summon banner that dropped earlier this week, or last week, depending on when I post this video, which I hope very soon. This banner is featuring two really cool Digimon, KasierGreymon and MetalGarurumon Black. Not Black MetalGarurumon, MetalGarurumon Black. Got it. Now, before I continue this is going to be a small disclaimer. Everything I'm about to say is just my opinion. By no means am I an expert in this game. If these Digimon are your favorite, then by all means, go for it, pull for them. They look really cool. And I'm pretty sure you'll love to have them if they are your favorite. So don't let what I say here stop you. But I don't think this banner is worth pulling for. Now, let me explain. Starting with KasierGreymon, on paper, he seems like he could be pretty good. His main skill, Fire Drake Strike, on skill level 1, deals 280% damage to 3 enemies, decreases 3 enemy targets' power by 20% for 2 turns, and 50% chance to inflict burn on 3 enemy targets, which is pretty good, you know? He's doing, for skill level 1, decent damage to 3 enemies. He is decreasing their power, so if they're running a power-based team, it's going to hinder them a lot. And he's going to give 50% chance for burn, which is always very good. Dot is always very good in this game. And his sub-skill 1 seems pretty cool too. Here we have, deals 210% damage to 3 enemies, and decreases 3 enemies' target's block rate by 30%. Now this is a sign too that we're starting to see that block rate in this game is not going to be as good as it once was when this game released. Because when I have Digimon who have a lower block rate, regardless of either their passive or their ability, or when I have Digimon that just completely ignore block rate and go for the full-on attack that do piercing damage. So with this, we're seeing already the decline of the block rate, not skill, stat, whatever you want to call it. We're seeing the decline in that already. And here we have his passive, which looks really good. Looks beautiful. Nullify shock, paralysis, freeze, stand, and sleep, which is really cool, but it's only on tenacious allies. Which is, it's okay, because we have Gonkumon, which again, he's really good. I don't have him, I didn't want to get him, so I don't know what his passive is. I don't really remember. But regardless, he helps a lot for those stun effects. He nullifies any stun effect on him or any tenacious Digimon that he's paired with. And on top of that, we have his gimmick, which is Dragon Power. Dragon Power stores power each time you attack. So skill damage multiplies by 9 each time power is stored up to 9 times, which, again, on paper, this looks really cool. You know, he attacks, stores power, attacks, stores power. Up to 9 times. Really good. And then his last part, increases his own counter rate by 50%, which is permanent, and again, that's really good to have. You'll guarantee you more DPS on your side versus the enemy you're going against, you know? But the problem, though, is his stats and his... I know his passive... I know I said his passive is really good, but his passive, too, is kind of the downfall. The main point of this Digimon is to keep him on the field as long as possible while he attacks. And while he's attacking, he's storing power. Looking at his stats, he might be able to pull that off. He has close to 10,000 HP. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure this Digimon has the highest HP in the game as of now. Especially when you pair him up with plugins and... Yeah, just plugins. I don't know why I said and. So, his HP is really good. He is a tank. He can stay there quite a bit. But his power stat is very low. It's low compared to other Digimon. Other megas, I mean. So, his main thing, if you want him to deal damage, you have to attack with him, I guess, first. Try to get up here. try to get that burn off and get that block rate down. And then after that, he's going to have to just do the normal smack to increase his strength. And that's where it gets kind of iffy. Because with today's meta in the Battle Park, most people, well, most high-ranking people are going to have an Ult Force, skill level 10, which nukes everything on the field. And with the new plugins we just got for Ult Force, he's a force to be reckoned with, you know? So he's going to do massive damage. And yes, Kaiser could survive that, but he'll be taking too much damage, and he won't be able to store enough power to raise that power stat enough, you know? So in order for this to work, you're going to have to pair him up with a good healer and a good supporter. And like Pleasiamon and Ophanimon. Pleasiamon's a really good healer. He'll kill 50% of all his allies' HP. And with Ophanimon, I pulled for Ophanimon, but I never got her. I got Seraphmon, another angel, but I'm not too sure about her moves, but I know one of them is really good. It clears any ailment that an ally has when she uses her main skill. And that again is really good. Anything that this guy does not cover, she will cover for him. So we pair those two together. If this KasierGreymon gets nuked by Ult Force, Pleasiamon will just heal him, and Ophanimon will help support him while he is buffing himself up. But even with that, I guess it all depends on your plugins too. That might not be enough, but if you have the right plugins, then you know what, it could work. Because a tanky team is still viable in the Battle Park right now. You have, what I've been seeing is two types of teams. We have Ult Force teams, and we have tanky teams. If people don't have Ult Force on their team, they're mostly running a tanky team. If they're not running a tanky team, they have Ult Force. Because Ult Force does do massive damage, but when you have a super tanky team, they could take that nuke in the chest. Yeah, that's it, really. Again, he looks really good. His ability, or his passive ability, looks really good too. It's just that power and waiting for him to get enough power to do actual damage before he dies. But if you do get him, you can also pair him with a Grand Kuwagumon in the team as well. So you put Grand Kuwagumon, who's super tanky already. He doesn't deal damage at all, but he's made to take the hits and distract the enemy. So start with him, use his ability to increase his defense, and then to get the attention of the enemy. So while they're focusing on him, you could heal Kaiser and have him store power. So when Grand Kuwagumon finally bites the dust, you have Kaiser already at full power and he attacks. So that could work if you run Pleasiamon with Grand Kuwagumon, which they're both free to play Digimon. The only thing that sucks is you have to be lucky enough to pull them in those free Mega Digi eggs. Ophanimon, if you have Ophanimon, I would put her in there with Pleasiamon, Grand Kuwagumon, and Kaiser, because she could help a lot, again, curing any ailment with her main skill. But if you don't have her, I wouldn't worry too much about that. I'm pretty sure there's other Digimon you could use to get that same not the same effect per se, but a passive to help you there. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I have to say about KasierGreymon. So my final verdict on KasierGreymon: he is really cool Digimon. He is by no means a meta changer, but he is decent, I think. If he is paired with the Digimon I mentioned earlier, because with that he won't be able to do much damage or survive much. Well, I say he won't survive much, even though he has this giant HP bar there. But again, we have a lot of Ult Forces that hit hard. So ultimately, when the battle does start, maybe cut that by a quarter or maybe in half, depending on what Digimon they have on their side. If you have a lot of tanky and supportive Digimon, and you did not pull Ult Force, then by all means go for it. but I don't think Kaiser will last long in the meta. But again, it's only been, I'm recording this the 15th. He released late 13th for me. So we'll see how the season ends, and we'll look at the stats. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I have to say about him. Next we have MetalGarurumon Black. And oh boy. He's not good. He is not good whatsoever. So we have Ice Wolf Calm in skill level 1. Deals 220 damage to 4 enemies. Okay. Decreases 4 enemies' target's power by 25%. Okay. Increases his defense by 20%. It would be a little bit better if increased everybody else's defense by 20%, but you know. And then we have P-Charge Impulse. Deals 320 to a single enemy. Increases all allies' power damage resistant by 25%. And his passive skill is just decrease all enemies' targets' critical rate by 30%. His stats look decent. Decent HP. Decent power. More power than KasierGreymon. But KasierGreymon buffs himself, though, per attack. There's nothing to really say about Black MetalGarurumon, to be honest. The only reason I would put him on my team would just be for his passive. To decrease my enemy's critical rate by 30%. Because with All-Force, if people have All-Force on their team, they're going to try to increase his critical rate. Either through plugins or through other Digimon that have it on their passive. So, this Digimon would mostly just be in my team for the passive alone. But then again, that's a slot I could use for something else that'll be more useful. The only Digimon really worth getting in this banner is Kaiser. And even then, I may figure about, but he looks really cool, and I'm pretty sure he'll be good in the Battle Park for tanky teams for maybe a few weeks. Maybe. 2 seasons. 3 tops. But part of me feels like he's kind of a bait, though. If you follow the trends between Global and JP, after this banner, JP got Omegamon. I honestly didn't think KasierGreymon was going to be released, but here he is. So since he's here, the next one on the list was Omegamon. And we've been getting good Digimon and plugins pretty fast, at least the start of this year, with Alphamon and All-Force. Gaumon's pretty decent. Well, Gaumon's actually more than decent. Gaumon's pretty good right now, especially paired with All-Force. And the next one on the list is Omegamon. And in JP, he's pretty good Digimon. He's really good. And he might even change the meta, because I think his passive makes it so your opponent cannot deal over 1,000 points of damage to you. And that'll basically nerf an All-Force. A skill level 10 All-Force. So, yeah. If you decide to pull on this banner, pull at your own risk. Because I feel like Omegamon's on his way after this Valentine's Day stuff. And I don't know about you, but I'm strictly free to play, so I gotta manage these gems. See those gems right there? Rubies. These rubies right here, I have saved. I have put no money in this game whatsoever. No gift cards, nothing. I've been strictly free to play, pulling on things that catch my eye, that might help my chances in PvP, and that's it. I was lucky enough to get All-Force in 1.6k rubies. And we've covered what I've lost with All-Force. So, yeah, I'm strictly free to play. But if you're you don't go for it. It's your money. Do with it with what you want, you know? But like I said, this is all my opinion. And for all I know, I could be wrong about everything I've just said right now. So, take it with a grain of salt. And who knows, if you guys like this video, I might be tempted to do some pulls for you guys. Maybe. maybe pulls. But for sure I'll do at least a single pull on that banner. Because if I do more than one, I'm going to want to get him. But to be honest, I'd rather pull for Guilemon than Kaiser. Even though Kaiser does look pretty cool. But yeah, if you like this video, guys, I'll do a pull. I'll do 2 pulls. I'll do one for Kaiser and one for the step up. Because I'm trying to save those rubies. But if you guys pressure me enough, maybe I'll do more than one on Kaiser. But anyways, that's gonna end this video here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, press that like button, smack that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that little bell icon so you can be notified when I post new videos. This has been Toucan Dragon, and if I can, you can too. Bye, guys.